Let's take an easy little tap side to side, just kind of get some movement. I'm adding some shoulder rolls. Sinking in those knees just a little bit. Let's go ahead and add a little more of that elbow pull back. Warming up, getting into that side body just a bit here. Starting with that good inhale, full exhale. I'm going to lengthen out this arm, take a big backstroke, big reach. And let's go ahead and reverse that, pull it forward. Keep those abs held in. We want to think about that navel to spine connection. And now I'm just going to take that little elbow pull forward. Deepening that breath, big inhale, full exhale. And then just go ahead and take it down, just that easy little tap. I'm going to take it, arm swing with a little heel curl. Bring that heel up to your bum. Nice and tall, guys. Four, three, two. Now I'm going to bring it up and over to the front with a knee. Pull that knee up, just a nice little wide knee lift. Arms up and over. Scoop that belly in tight. Up and over, big four. Here's three and two. Now I'm going to bring it to center. Hold it here and take a little chair squat. So just sinking down, your hips sink back and reach the arms out. A little bit of counterbalance here. So really think about driving your tailbone back. Scoop the belly in. And I'm also kind of sitting my weight back in my heels. And nice and low. Now with this, let's add a little single knee lift. So I'm going to go low, pull a knee up. Go low, knee up. And it doesn't have to go super high, so kind of challenge your balance a little bit. And up. And up. Down and up. 3, 2, and let's get this last knee and hold it down. So just sinking down, make sure your feet are wide enough apart to support you, but also the knees do not shoot forward past the hips, or past the toes. So get those hips back, scoop that belly, hold it 3, 2, and 1. Pull it up, give yourself a little shake, and we're gonna come back to this low, kind of a half chair squat, and I'm just gonna take a little side tap and in. Side tap and in, and out and in. We're gonna scoop the belly. Now, you can stay low in this little side tap, or bring it up, and we're gonna take 10 jumping jacks. Ready? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now, if you're in jacks, go back to that low tap. Tap, tap. Now, those of you who don't want that impact, you can stay with this low tap, big reach, arms swing out. Let's take 10 more of those jumping jacks. Ready? Right here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it here, and just take a little march. I'll probably get your heart pumping a little bit. We're going to take a little lunge to the back. So I'm just going to set myself up, plenty of room behind. I'm going to step right foot back and pull it in. Left and in. And I'm just reaching my arms to counterbalance and a little pull back. Keep that belly button scooped. Now, we're going to take a little step back to a knee pull. And I'm going to keep that side. We're going to do 4, 3, 2, and we're going to switch sides. So take it back and pull. Here's 4, 3, 2, and step it in. Let's do that again. 1 each side, and pull, pull. 4, 3, 2, and Step it in. Last time. Pull, pull. Woo, come on guys. 4, 3, 2, and bring it in. Give yourself a nice little roll through the shoulders, nice and tall. String out of the top of your head. And we're gonna take a wide stance on our mat. So nice and tall, feet. We're gonna turn it out so externally rotated the hips, knees and toes pointing out to the corner. And we're gonna take a big inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. So you can kind of adjust the feet, the position wherever you need them. Being able to go down nice and low without your knees shooting past your toes. And scoop that belly in. And this time, go ahead and hold it down. Think about that reach to the arms. Now, if you need to give your arms a break at any point, you can bring them to your hips. You can do whatever works for you. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep them extended. And we're gonna take some little pulses. So those hips and glutes are getting a nice little warm up. Abs are in tight. And I wanna think about a wall right behind me, so I'm not pitching forward. I've got my shoulders back, leaning toward that wall. Let's do 4, 3, 2, take a big inhale. Arms are gonna come up, and I'm gonna turn my toes to the front. Exhale and fold. So if you need to, you can bend your knees to get here. And we're just gonna take this little half forward fold, so I'm not all the way down yet. I wanna think about keeping my spine lengthened. Now I am gonna add this little drop my hips and lift, and drop and lift. So kind of giving those glutes and hams a little break, a little stretch. Scoop the belly in really tight, guys. This time, hold that tailbone up and take the top of the head toward the floor. Now, if you still need to add that little bend and straighten to get into this fold, that's an option. Otherwise, legs are nice and straight, and we're pressing into that fold, trying to get this length through the hamstrings, the glutes, and the low back. Now, I'm just gonna soften my knees and press to stand up nice and tall. I'm gonna replace those toes back in that diagonal position, and we're gonna be adding alternating heel lifts. So I'm gonna go up, and we're gonna go down. Now I'm just gonna hold it here so you can kind of find where you need to be, and I'm gonna lift right and left. So you can adjust how those feet need to be for you here, and lift and lift. So just alternating sides, reach those arms out, or take them down to your side, whatever you need here, and lift. So I'm thinking about my foot and ankle stability as I lift that heel. All right, now I'm gonna take it both sides up. So here's where it's gonna get a little more balance challenged. So finding a focal point, somewhere you can fix your gaze, focus there, think about that strong supporting core, and lift. One more, guys, and lift. Set those heels down and bring it up. We're gonna turn those knees and toes back to the front. A big inhale and exhale, just as we did before. That half forward fold, so I've got my fingertips down. My spine is long and flat. I'm gonna drop my hips and lift, and drop and lift. Keeping that belly button scooped in. Now last time, lift the tailbone, drop the top of your head. Now I'm just gonna come up halfway. I'm gonna walk toward my right knee. I'm gonna bring my nose in the direction of the knee, and I wanna keep both legs really straight, bringing myself down into this little stretch. I'm gonna take my left hand across my right ankle and just take that little pull, getting into that side body. And you can take your right arm off the floor. I'm gonna set my hand down for just a quick little rotation up, opening through the shoulder, the palm, opening up that chest, and float it down back to center. We're gonna take that top of the head down to the floor in the middle. You can continue to bend and straighten if you need that. And then walk it over to your left, keeping both legs nice and straight, nose in the direction of your left knee, Right hand comes across, pulling into that stretch. You can keep this left hand on the floor or take it off for a little extra balance. Now I'm going to set my right hand on the floor and rotate. So I just want to have my wrist stacked, or my shoulder stacked over my wrist, and then take this nice little twist up. Try to keep those hips square, so if you kind of shift, pull it back to center. And bring it back down. This time, take that forward fold, leaning into it. I'm going to bring both hands behind my ankles and gently pull into the stretch. So if you're still working on some balance, you can always keep your hands on the floor if you need that. Now, hands on the floor, and let's heel toe in. And I'm going to soften the knees and slide the hands up and unfold. Coming up to stand nice and tall. So we're going to grab our chair and bring that in. And we are going to start off with some dips. So everybody finding your chair. And I'm just going to have a seat, either chair or the side of a sofa, or if you have something that's kind of sturdy and not too high, that should work for you. I'm going to place my hands just over the edge of my chair, and I'm going to take my feet out. So I'm going to walk out this little tabletop type position and lower and press. We're going to get 10 of these. Halfway there, and let's get 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up, bring those hips back to the chair, and give yourself a quick little release, giving those hands a little stretch, a little rotation, flexion, extension. All right, so I'm going to come up and face the chair, and we're just going to take a plank. So I'm going to have my hands about the distance of the chair wide, and we're just going to start off with a plank, and then we're going to kind of build and add on to the 2 of those different movements. So finding your chair, and I've got mine stacked on my sticky mat so it doesn't slip. So if you don't have a sticky mat, just be really aware of what your chair is doing. All right, so from here, I'm just going to walk it back, and I want to start off nice and long, and I don't want my hips too high. Now, if you do need a little modification, you can always take those hips up a little bit, but I prefer to have them down. I want to have my shoulders stacked over my wrists. Keep the belly button drawn in tight. Think about sliding your shoulder blades down your back, toward your back pockets, and lengthening through the neck, lengthening through the top of the head. Keep it strong. Nice and tall. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I'm just going to step in and take this little forward fold. They're almost like a downward facing dog, the way I'm going to lean through my arms. You can give your hands a quick little break. All right, so let's go ahead and come back up around to your chair. So this time, you can stick with the regular dips, or you're going to add just a single leg up. So that's your little variation on this one. And we're going to do, if you're doing the single leg up, 5 with one leg, 5 with the other, 10 total. Ready? So we're going to walk this out, and I'm just going to start with that little lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to set that foot down, lift the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bring it in, giving those wrists and forearms a quick little break, giving that stretch both directions on the wrists, and the hands together, little figure 8 twist. That's another little wrist mobility thing that you can do. All right, so let's bring it up and around, facing our chair, starting with your plank. And just like we did before, we're going to do a single leg, but we're just going to pull the knee in. So think of like a really slow mountain climber. All right, so taking your hands, find position on the chair, step those legs back, find your plank. Keep it nice and long, and again, 5 on each side. 5, 4, 3, 2, scoop that belly, and 1. Now let's add another little variation, holding your plank. We're just gonna take that single knee to the side, so a little Spider-Man. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, step those feet into that forward fold, leaning down through those arms, giving those hands a little break. Nice and tall, shoulders back. Okay, so the next variation for our dips, you can keep that single leg reaching. Otherwise, that leg is going to pike as we dip. All right, so 5 on one side, 5 on the other, just keeping that pattern. So finding those hands, and I'm gonna take that lean, I'm gonna take that leg out. As I dip, I'm gonna pike that leg and lower. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, bring it back. Those dips are a little more intense, just those triceps, those wrists, those palms. So I'm not doing multiple on that just at this time. So giving those arms just a quick little break, little shake, anything you need here. Bring it around. We're gonna find our plank. So we're gonna go through the knee pull, side knee, and then we're gonna add that leg lift behind us, so squeezing those glutes. We're gonna find that position, hands wide on the chair, walk it back. Ready? 5, 4, 3, scoop that belly, 2, and 1. To the side, little Spider-Man. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Now I'm gonna hold my plank, hold it long, and we're gonna do this leg pulse to the back, squeeze the glutes. Leg pulse, squeeze the glutes. Come on, lift, 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 lift. And 3 more, each side. Scoop that belly. Try not to let those hips lift on you. Last set. Hold your plank for just a moment and shift back. Step into that little forward fold. All right, give yourself a little break. Grab a drink if you need it, and we are going to grab our weights. All right, so I'm going to move my chair out for just a moment. So taking your weights, 3s or 5s, whatever you have. If you don't have weights, maybe a couple of canned goods or maybe a couple of shampoo bottles that are about equal, that can work for us. So we are going to take a split stance. I'm going to start with my right leg in front, left leg in back, and we're going to do lateral, so my leg that's in front, lateral arm, leg that's to the back, anterior. So we're doing this little kind of split lunge, split arm, all right? So nice and tall, and I'm just taking a little dip down and up, and down and up, and down and up. Nice and tall. Keeping the wrists and forearms nice and strong. I think I caught myself kind of doing that little weak wrist, no weak wrist. And 2 more here. Down and up, and down and up. Just a little shoulder roll and step it in. So I'm going to take this with my feet a little wider apart, wide elbows, and we're just going to do a little shoulder press just to start us. All right, so keeping that shoulder press, I'm going to sit my hips back. So I'm going to press and sit, and sit. So as I sit my hips back, my press goes out a little more on an angle. Press and press. Whew, nice and tall, press. 2 more, guys. And bring it down to your side. Give those shoulders a little break. We're gonna do some biceps curls. So turning your palms forward. We're just gonna start with these easy little curls. So on my split stance, I've had my right leg in front. I'm just gonna pop my right knee in front for this little set. Now, I've got most of my weight in my left foot, so stabilizing, balancing. I'm gonna lift that knee up a little higher. Engaging my hip flexors, keeping that tall posture, guys. Nice and slow. Do those biceps curls. I'm gonna set that down. Little shoulder roll. Now let's take our split stance, other side. So left foot's in front, right leg is in back. We're gonna take that anterior and lateral raise. So up and up. Nice and tall. Keeping the strong, solid wrists and forearms. Don't want those weak wrists. No noodles here. Nice and tall. Think about sliding up and down, string lifting out of the top of your head. And down and up, and down and up. Nice and tall. Even those light weights can get kind of heavy after a while. And give yourself 2 more, guys. And up, and up. Bring it down. Give yourself a quick little break. All right, so we are going to take that wide stance yet again, and we're going to take that shoulder press, arms up and down, up and down. Really pressing through those hands. Keep the belly drawn in. Now, if you choose, you can add that little sit back and up. You can stay nice and tall if you want. Three more, guys. Last one. Woo, bring it in and down. Giving those shoulders a nice little roll. All right, so starting those biceps again, nice and tall. Let's pop that left foot, left knee. You can keep the foot balancing on the floor, or you're gonna find a focal point, fix your gaze, find balance, and lift that knee. Nice and tall, shoulders back. Think about projecting your heart forward. 2 more. Last one, guys. And take it down. Give yourself just a quick little release. Now, something we don't think a whole lot about unless you're an aerialist and you start thinking about that wrist and forearm and also the grip strength that is probably leaving us. We're just gonna do some little wrist curls. So up and under and up and under. So it's this motion, so wrist, the knuckles go up and the knuckles go under, and up and under. Leave those forearms. Nice and tall. Now I'm just gonna turn my heels together because it's hard for me to just stand here and do one thing. And we're gonna add some little heel raises. So I'm gonna go up and down, and up and down. Zip those thighs, and up and down. One more, guys. Up and down. All right, so I'm just gonna turn my palms up and I'm just gonna rotate the palms up and down with control. Up and down. Let's take the feet a little wider apart for that little heel raise. So just up and down. And when you're ready, and down. So just internal, external rotation there at the wrists. And up and down. Scooping that belly in. Really smooth, controlled lift. Smooth, controlled lower. One more up, down, guys. All right. We're going to set these down. Give ourselves just a quick little break, quick little stretch. Give those hands a little stretch, wrists both directions. All right, I'm gonna bring my chair back in, and I'm gonna keep my weights handy. So I'm gonna bring those in. So we've got our chair, or if you don't have a chair, if you're using a larger piece of furniture, you can kind of sit back a little further. We're gonna be doing these little crunches side to side. So I'm actually using my chair as an obstacle, but if you don't have that, then I want you to make up the obstacle. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna scoot just a little bit closer so that I actually have to avoid it. And I wanna think about keeping my heart lifted, chest forward. So I'm gonna lean back, and I'm going to twist and extend. Crunch, twist, extend, crunch, twist, extend. Nice and long here, guys. And reach, and reach, and reach. Nice and long, extend. Think about that squeeze in the thighs. Woo. Let's get 3, and 2, and last one. And I'm gonna bring it in, and I'm just gonna use my chair for a little stretch forward. All right, so similar idea, but this time the feet are going up and over your obstacle. So just a little longer, stronger leg. So we're gonna take that same similar position, and I'm gonna lean it back. So I'm gonna start with just a little twist, and then I'm gonna come up and over, up and over, up and over. Squeeze those legs, pull those legs up and over. Now, if you need a little bend in the knee, totally acceptable, but really try to make that up and over big. 3 more, and 2, woo, and last one, guys, all the way back, and bring it in. All right, so using that chair, again, just to stretch, I'm reaching my forearms out on the chair. Okay, so I'm actually going to come and place my shoulders and head on the chair. Now this chair is not very nice, so I'm just gonna place a towel over it. So, or if you have like a small mat, something you can place over it. So what I'm going to do, and pardon me if I look crazy while I'm trying to get in it, let's bring more weights in. All right, so I'm just gonna lean back, and I'm gonna find my head and the top of my shoulders on the chair. So if you need to adjust a little bit, you can certainly do that. All right, so I've just got my back of my head, got the top of my shoulders, and I may adjust a little as we go here. And I'm just gonna reach back and hold my chair just for a couple. So I'm gonna lower and lift, lower and lift, and lower and lift. Now, if you don't have something to hold on to, you can have your hands near the floor if you're worried about kind of sliding off. All right, so once you've got this, and if you feel pretty good, take the hands away, keep that hip thrust, squeeze, and lower and lift, and lower and lift. 2 more, lower and lift. Last one, lower and lift. All right, so from here, I'm just gonna lower myself with control, whoop, slip a little bit, and find my weights. I'm gonna push my chair back for just a moment. We're gonna do some bridging. So, some similar concepts as that hip thrust with the bridge. So we wanna think about that really strong, supported low back and glutes as we lift. I'm keeping my weights handy. So I'm gonna take this down to the floor, head and shoulders on the floor this time. And this time we'll inhale, and exhale, we'll peel from the tailbone, lifting up into this really strong supported shoulder bridge. So in this, I want to really think about everything that's going on underneath. So if it feels like your hips are kind of low to the floor, squeeze and lift up. I want to keep my knees about shoulder distance apart. I don't want to let them fall apart. So we'll squeeze inward, holding that really strong bridge. Inhale, Exhale down, one vertebra at a time, scoop that belly, and hips arrive last. Let's inhale, exhale, peel. Scoop the belly, lift those hips, walking up the spine, and at the top, a really strong lift, hips toward the ceiling. Inhale, exhale down with control. All right, so for the next one, we're gonna add a single leg lower lift. Before we do that, pull your right knee in and extend that leg. I wanna think about lengthening the hamstring. So as you add that single leg lift, I don't want it to feel super tight. So give it a little bit more stretch here, a little point and flex if you'd like. And I'm gonna switch sides. Nice little length. Just kind of wake those hamstrings up. Easy, not abruptly. All right, so set that foot down. Starting off with the weights on the floor, we're gonna inhale, exhale, peel, lifting into your bridge. So I wanna keep this really high position of the hips, and I'm going to keep my left foot on the floor. I'm gonna lift my right knee and extend. Flex the foot and lower, point the toe and kick. Flex and lower, point and kick. Flex and lower, point and kick. Two more, guys. Kick, last one. Now, bend the knee, keep those hips up. Reposition them if you need to. Left knee comes up and we extend that leg. Flex and lower, point and kick. Flex and lower, point and kick. Flex and lower, point and kick. Two more, and kick. Last one, and kick. Bend the knee, foot down, lift those hips back up, walking down one vertebra at a time. Bring those knees in, take a quick little release. All right, so weights are handy. Have them right here where you can easily access them. This time we're just gonna leave the leg in the air and add some flies. So starting off with your inhale, exhale, peel, scoop the belly, lift those hips. Now, I'm just gonna bring that right knee. You can leave it bent or you can straighten. I'm gonna reach up and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna bring my elbows down to bring my knee and foot down. Other side, extend and reach. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna bring my weights down, I'm gonna bring my knee, my foot down, hips up to walk down. All right, so I'm gonna bring my knees into my chest. All right, so I'm just gonna move my chair out a little bit, or myself, depending on which is easier for you. Same idea with the legs, so single leg, reach, and if you need to take a break and bring both legs down, that's totally okay. We're gonna be doing a single alternating overhead, just doing that easy switch. Now, if you choose not to have weights in your hands, that's also okay. Just making this really smooth and controlled. And it gets a little balance challenge. So whatever modification you need to make here, keep it slow and mindful, all right? So starting off, weights on the floor, we're gonna inhale, exhale, peel, lifting. Now I'm gonna lift my right leg. You can either bend or extend. I'm gonna take both arms up. I'm gonna take one arm down, one arm up, and switch. And here's 4, and 3. Here's 2. And last one. Woo! I'm gonna bring those elbows down, bring my knee down. I'm gonna switch sides. Ready? And lift. The arms reach. And here's 5. Here's 4. Get those hips up. And 3. And 2. Last one, guys. And elbows down, knee, foot, Hips up, walk it down with control. All right. Bring those knees in. Get a nice little release for the low back. All right, let's bring this up. We got 5 more minutes in this section. So let's get some plank work. So I'm going to leave my weights out because with planks, very often your body weight is more than enough. So let's start off on hands and knees. And I want to spread the weight through my hands. Make sure the whole hand is active, working for you. Shoulder blades are down your back. I'm going to take a look ahead on an inhale, and then under on the exhale. Inhale and exhale. Scoop that belly, tuck the chin, tuck the tail, and one more. Big inhale and exhale, round. I'm just going to turn my toes, and I'm just going to lift my knees. A little short plank, holding it here, keeping it strong, pressing the floor away. Keep it strong. I'm going to lower my knees, take a quick little shift back just to get the hands and wrists a little break. All right, so for that one, we are going to march the feet out and in, out and in. So making sure that we're really stable and strong through the hands and shoulders. So finding that position on your mat, shoulder blades down, and let's go ahead and turn the toes. Shoulder blades down your back. Let's inhale, exhale, lift those knees. I'm just going to start by marching right and left. Now I'm not going to alternate the way I normally do. I'm just going to let you work on this little march in and out. If you would like to change the lead leg, you certainly can. Give yourself 2 more, in and out, or out and in. And then hold it here. Knees down. The little seat back. Give those shoulders, wrists, and forearms a little break. All right, so one more variation on that little short plank, that little knee hover. We're going to twist the knees side to side. And it might not end up being a really big twist. Just do your best, just kind of getting a knee and knee. So maybe even a little shifting in the foot if necessary. So setting those hands down, shoulder blades back. I'm going to turn my toes under, now get my feet just a little closer together for this one. So I'm going to lift, and I'm going to twist, twist. So repositioning those feet as you need. Woo. 3 more, guys, each side. And set it down. Woo. Different little variations on that short plank. So we're going to go into our downward facing dog, and we're going to do a pike press push-up. So just a little bit like those little shoulder presses that we were doing earlier. And if it's a shallow press, that is okay. I know that at this point we might be a little bit tired, so just do your best. So I'm going to take my hands, turn the fingers into the mat just a little bit. Turn your toes, take an inhale, and exhale, press into your down dog. So take a moment and pedal through those legs, finding position with those feet, and push your chest in the direction of your feet. Now, the space between your hands, so this little space, I want to lower the top of my head toward the floor. Now, if you need a little bend in the knee, that is totally fine. Inhale down, exhale up. Scoop that belly and press. Inhale down, exhale up. Two more. Hold your down dog. Bringing those knees to the floor. Take a little shift back and give yourself a little break. Okay, so let's come over to our regular planks, and we're gonna do Macarena. So just little shoulder taps. So if the shoulders are a little hard for you to reach, maybe reach the forearm or just somewhere on the opposite arm. All right, so this one is gonna also probably shift you side to side just a bit. So what I would like you to think about is keeping your core just as stable and quiet as you can. So shoulder blades down. I'm gonna start with my feet a little wider for this one, all right? Bring my hands maybe a little closer. Nice and long through the top of the head, and start those little taps. Bringing that core in really tight here, guys. Nice and long. Trying to keep that shift from side to side as quiet as I can. One more right, one more left. Hold your plank, hold it long, and the knees, and take that little release. Woo. Little shoulder rolls up and back. All right, let's take a big inhale. We're gonna take the palms up and back. Interlace and press the knuckles back. One more little thing. Reverse tabletop with the option to take the legs to the straight leg plank. Okay, so at this point, if your shoulders are just about done, you can stick with the tabletop. If you want to add that little extra bit of challenge, then we're gonna slide the legs out to the longer, straighter, all right? So let's start in the tabletop, nice and long, shoulders back, and I'm gonna face my fingertips toward my hips. On this one, I wanna think chest open, heart pressing forward. So we're gonna inhale, and I'm gonna exhale and lift. So I'm gonna think about those hips lifting toward the ceiling. Nice, long tabletop here. Keep squeezing those glutes, keeping the shoulder girdle active. I'm pulling my shoulder blades together, holding that strong position. 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna sink it to the floor. Give myself just a quick little stretch, little posterior deltoid. All right, so one more set. You have the option to stick with the tabletop, the bent knees, or you are going to take those legs out, nice and long. Now in this, I like to think about that squeeze through the legs, the hips, the thighs to keep me, help keep me with those hips up. Having trouble with language again today. Hands right behind your hips. So either starting off in your tabletop or longer, straighter legs. And try them both if you want. So if you're not quite sure, try the long plank, the reverse plank, and then step back into tabletop if you need that. We're gonna inhale, and on the exhale, lift. So I wanna think about those hips pressing up. Chest is open, shoulder blades squeezing together. So with the active shoulder girdle. Keep lifting, keep pressing. Breathing, inhale and exhale. Don't hold your breath on these. And keep it up. 4, 3, 2, and with control, lower those hips, walk those feet in. Woo! Take a nice little stretch, little wrist rotation. All right, so from here, actually, I'm just gonna stagger my legs. So I've got one heel over to the side. It's almost like we would be doing our mermaid. So I'm gonna hold my right ankle with my right hand and take this left arm up for a little side body stretch. Now up and over, and I'll set this hand to the floor, and then I'm gonna bring my right arm around. I'm gonna rotate, I'm gonna spiral and twist my chest in the direction of the floor. And then bring this up. I'm gonna take a big inhale, up and over. Now this time, place this left hand behind your hips, and then drive this right arm up taking a little more of this back bendy type of stretch and reach. And then lower the hips with control. Take the hand on the ankle, little side body stretch. Take it over, big spiral, reach, twist, stretching. And up and over, and lean. One more of that little back bend. So I'm gonna place this hand right behind my hip and drive my right arm up and back. So I'm coming into my knees and taking that little back bendy kind of stretch. And then come down with control. I'm just gonna shift my feet to the other side. So getting yourself set up, left hand, left ankle, and take that little side body stretch and take it down and spiral this arm around, twisting your left shoulder in the direction of the floor. And up, take that side body, nice little side bend. Take this right hand behind your hip, drive this left arm up and back bend. Bringing it down with control. Take that little right side body stretch and spiral around, nice and long. And up, side body. Take this hand around behind. Drive those hips forward, reach that arm back. And take it down with control. I'm just gonna bring this leg to the front. Some easy little shoulder rolls. And let's take the top of the head and just take an easy circle around. I'm allowing the chin to tilt up, ear to shoulder, chin down. Bring it to the top, change directions. Inhaling in your circle and exhaling. And last circle around. And at the top, I'm just gonna bring my feet underneath, coming over to find the ball of the foot, finding that foot and ankle stability. And you can keep your fingers on the floor, working on that stability. I like to work on balance here, so finding somewhere you can fix your gaze. I'm just gonna bring my hands up, find that balance. Now you can press into your knees to stand or bring your fingertips back to the floor and unfold, whichever you prefer. And we're gonna stand up tall. At the top, everybody, a nice big inhale, tricep stretch. So reaching that hand down the middle of your back. I'm gonna grapevine my other arm, reaching fingertips in the direction of each other. And unwind. Other side, so I'm just gonna start with that little tricep stretch, so helping that hand into position. And then I'm gonna grapevine, reaching the other arm, fingertips reaching toward each other. And release. Let's take both arms to the front, scoop the belly, press through the back, nice and long. Big inhale, palms up, open wide. Turn the thumbs back, interlace the fingers, and press the knuckles down. Lift my chin, and lower. Give yourself a couple of easy shoulder rolls. Big inhale, and exhale. Thank you guys for joining me for conditioning. Happy Saturday. Thank you.